Hello and welcome to day 2 of my January release Picket Fence Studios card making extravaganza. I have made quite a few cards for this release because the release was so humongous. But first of all, did you see what I just did there? I had given my poor little Misty a bit of a spa day, cleaned off the doors and given her a new grid sheet paper, so she is like, yeah, it's like she's been to the spa. And then I promptly went and made it dirty again. Ugh. So I have used the Loads of Mail stamp set today, and that's all those fun little envelopes. And I gotta say, no matter how clean my Misty was, I just could not get this to work. I don't know what was wrong with me that day, but I was puzzling around and moving the paper and the stamp, and I was just getting more and more confused, and I just could not get it to stamp the entire panel in, like, not one go obviously, but yeah, it just wasn't happening for me. I don't know what was wrong with me, honestly. And here I thought, I just realized I could not do it the way I thought I was going to be able to do it. So I got a little bit mad and had a bit of a tantrum, and thank God she'd have acetate out and kept stamping, because that's what you do. Oh, and there's a bit of a peek of me as well. I cannot tell you how long I was faffing about with this. I mean, it just took forever. I should have just kind of given up on it and stamped up with an acrylic block in the end, because I actually ended up having to use an acrylic block to do the last a little bit, and it was so easy. I don't know why I've had a bit of a fear of using the acrylic blocks. I've had a complete mental block being able to use those blocks, no pun intended. But yeah, so I had actually planned originally just to do one card, but you know, as happens quite often in my little world, the plan got railroaded, and then I just ended up having to. I say having to do two. I did two because I could, and you see, I'm still here. I'm still trying to make it work, and it's just not happening. Oh, I don't know why I carried on for so long. It just, yeah. It's a bit of a inexplicable mystery, that one, really. But there you have it. Things are not always smooth sailing, that is for sure. But we all have those days, right? Please tell me I'm not alone. Right, so there is panel number 1, stamped with, I don't know, like 80% of using the MISTI and 20% using the acrylic block, and the acrylic block bit was the easiest for sure. Anyway, so I'm cleaning off all my supplies here with the scrub cloth from Ink on 3, and I decided, while I had my stamp already kind of inked up, I thought, might as well do another one. This is, you know, things kind of snowball and escalate quite quickly in my craft room. So I'm using the black hybrid ink pad from Picket Fence Studios, which is Copic friendly, because I'm going to do some Copic coloring for these cards. And just, this is like in real time. You saw how much faffing was going on with the MISTI before, and I was all sped up. This is all done in real time, and it was faster than all those sped up bits put together before. Yeah, seriously. I might be doing a little bit more of the odd acrylic block stamping in the future after all, because yeah, sometimes you just have to step outside of your comfort zone, I guess. And my comfort zone is definitely the MISTI. Faux show. I'm not even ashamed of admitting that I'm completely obsessed and depending on my MISTI, but it's just such a brilliant tool. Right, so with the second to last, a little bit of stamping. There's that one, and I think this one actually even turned out a little bit better than the original one that was done with the MISTI. I mean, how crazy is that? That usually does not happen. It's usually the other way around, for sure. With the help of my trusted hex chart, which you can get from sandyolnuck.com, I picked out colors going from a dark blue to a light blue to a light aqua, all the way up to a dark sort of turquoise. And I've just gently, loosey-goosey colored in every single envelope on the same row in the same color, then picked another color and moved on until every single envelope is covered. The pink one, the red pink one, I've done in a bit of an ombre look. The blue turquoisey one has gone from like dark blue to light and then to turquoise. And I like having both those colors, but they were originally meant to be ombre, both of them. To finish off the card, I have used one of the new word dice, and this one says y'all, as they all use down in the southern states. I used to live in Nashville and I picked that up very quickly, and I was a y'all sayer for a long time. I have cut out one out of the shadow bit out of black, and then I cut out 3 of the actual word in white, and I've laid these up to give a bit of depth and texture. And you can see that this is just 3 layers added on top of each other, but it just adds a little something to it, doesn't it? And to finish off the sentiment, because a card that just says y'all is not really that much of a good card, is it? I heat embossed Happy Bale Has Arrived in white on black cardstock. This one is from Peach and Piper Checking the Post. And I did 2 on top of each other, so I stamped one and then did another one, and heat embossed them both at the same time. And you can see my black cardstock is really white from having used the anti-static tool. And you think, oh, that looks kind of stupid, doesn't it? But I will show you a little trick later how to get that off and get your paper really clean looking again. And it's super simple. Another one of those little life hacks or crafting hacks. All right, so stamping that up with the embossing pad. We're doing 1, and then we're moving the paper down, and we're doing 2. Or this 2, we're doing the second right away. Then a generous sprinkling of Opaque Bright White super fine embossing powder later. I always use a sheet of cheap paper underneath my my project, because you can never get everything back into the jar in one go. It's just impossible. But a sheet of paper will just catch those extra pieces, and it's super easy to get it back into the jar. So this is what it looks like before it's been heat embossed, and then you can see the magic happening when the heat embossing tool, the heat gun goes over the powder. I am having such a hard time speaking properly today. I don't know what is going on. Now I've trimmed this down. And as you can see, you can still see that powder. So I'll just take my hoodie, the sleeve of my, whatever I'm wearing, or if I'm not wearing long sleeves, I will use a kitchen towel or something like that, and just rub, not adding anything, just rub it gently, and you can see what a difference that makes. You can also use a very lightly dampened kitchen towel, or just a cloth, I guess, to get off that powder, but then make sure you leave your paper to dry before you try to stick it on anywhere. And there we are. They are, again, super black, as they should be. And with a final bit of faffing, trying to get these just right, I decided to not do them exactly the same, both of these two, because as much as I like using the same supplies and making, cards that are very similar, I do like them to be just slightly individual as well. So this is how I think it's going to go. And then we're going to use the glue tube from Lawn Fawn to add all these bits and pieces together. And I really like using a liquid adhesive these days. The reason being that it's so easy to fix anything that you stick on that isn't straight. This has saved many a project of mine, because usually double-sided tape, that's it, you stick it down and if it's not straight, that's it, you're stuck, literally. I also use a simple ruler and my grid mat to make sure that my sentiments go on straight. This is just a super easy hack and something that you can do, because almost every single work mat has a grid of some sort. So you just need to make sure you line up your project and then use your ruler and then add a liquid adhesive so you can change them around, whatever it is that you're adding, whether it's an image or a sentiment. And then you can move them around if it's not perfectly straight. And with that, the cards are done. Pretty fun, aren't they? I really like how these two turned out, and I think I might be doing this again. It's kind of like creating your own pattern paper, isn't it? And you can use whatever colors suit you or personalize for the recipient. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye and thank you for stopping by. I will link everything down below in the comment section to Picket Fence Studios and everything that I've used. Thank you so much for stopping by and spending this time with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video.